Welcome back, you lovely lot. How are you? Hope you're all safe and well. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Notch to 11. Welcome to the permission, and welcome to an afternoon's dig. Doesn't often happen for me at the weekend, but I've got a small window of opportunity where I can get out and actually try and find some stuff. We're back on the permission. We're back on the kind of standard fields I have been on, and we're back with the Manticore. So what's different? Well, we're going to have a bit of a mooch. Although I'm starting here, I'm not going to finish here. We're going to head off to some other fields that I haven't done with the Manticore as yet. They're quite trashy, so we're not quite sure how we're going to get on, but we're going to give it a go. Also, I've been asked a few questions recently about the DS2. Is the DS2 being sold? Is it going in the cupboard? What's happening with it? I love XP, I love the DS2. It's been an absolute wonderful machine for me, and it's been an absolute silver hoover over the last year or so. So it's a tricky one, but with a bit of luck, I'm going to try and do a bit of both. I'm very, very lucky to have both the Manticore and the DS2. And for your pleasure, I'll hopefully try and bring you lots of videos of both. So that's the stance at this moment in time, just in case you're wondering. But I'm gassing and I need to get on. So we've got a few hours, we've got a lovely day. It's quite mild actually. And we'll see what we can find. There we go, first hole of the day. It's a sketchy one. It was a bit better actually before I dug it. It's a 13, 14, 15. It's not quite as nice as it was, but that wasn't the reason for turning the camera on. The reason for was to show you the settings. I forgot to show you, didn't I? So yeah, so we're on sensitivity 21. We've got a recovery speed of 5 today. We're not messing around again with the discrimination and ferrous patterns. We're on the 5 tones, which I really quite like. We've ground balanced to 18. We're on with noise cancelled to 3. We're on the all-terrain general, and obviously for your viewing pleasure, no headphones today, just the volume at 25. So, okay, yep, we got a sketchy one. Let's see what we got for our first hole. Right, so what do we got? At least I think we got it. What is it? Where are you? Oh, we got something there. What have we got there? Ooh, that looks a bit interesting. It couldn't be, could it? First hole banger. Oh, it is a first hole banger. No way. That was a prop. We got half a hammered. I can't believe it. Oh my God, this field. I'm only kind of wandering over the field to head somewhere else. Oh, no way. Yeah, that's got to be, isn't it? Yeah, that's a silver coin. It's got a bit of a nick out of it by the looks of it. We're on the hammered immediately. First hole banger. That's unbelievable. Oh, we've dropped it now. Right, okay. Let's give it a squirt. Back to you in a second. Right, let's try and do this together. Oh yeah, that's definitely. Oh, look at that. You beautiful thing. I've said it before, I'm not very good at IDing these until I get home and spend some time on it. But yeah, can't see much on that side, unfortunately. But look at that. Half a hammered coin. Again, my first cut half. Found my first cut quarter on here not that long ago, and that looks like a voided short cross to me from my amateur eyes. So I suspect that is similar to the quarter that I found. Could even be from the same coin for all we know. Oh, that's amazing. We're on the silver immediately. Let's hope I haven't ruined all my luck. Excellent. Right, I'll get some photos and I'll see you in a bit. I can't believe it. See you in a bit. Well, next one is a 22, and it's quite interesting. But before all that, I just realised, this is literally my second hole, by the way. I've realised that that's the Manticore's first bit of silver, which is amazing. So that's fantastic. So yeah, we're definitely off and running today. Anyway, yeah, this was a 22, and it's green, and I didn't think it was anything. I thought it was cat until I just picked it up. I don't know if you can see that. That looks a bit strap-endy because it's got that gap in there, and obviously the little bulb bit at the end. Yeah, that looks a bit strap-endy, doesn't it? I'm going to give that a clean. If there's anything there, I'm going to come back to you. That's quite interesting. What a start. See you in a bit. Yeah, I reckon that might be actually. It's a little kind of irony blob on the end, which is why it was just kind of, it was bleeding into the ferrous area just a tiny bit. That's why I didn't bother filming it. So I thought it might be cack. But yeah, look at that. I reckon that's a little strap end, you know. Not the most decorative or exciting one, but I don't think I've found many of them, if any. So yeah, cool. What a start. See you in a bit. Right, fourth hole. So we had a bit of lead just here, and we've then walked on to a really nice 50, 51, 52. So I thought I'd put the kiss of death on it and do a live dig. About there. So you've noticed I'm still on the crop field, but I am trying to stay to the kind of the bold patches, so to speak. Still there, still 50-ish. Let's get another scoop out. I also need to say thank you to Lee from Artefacts, or my mate who's got that wonderful preservation product, which is in my description. He borrowed the Manticore a few weeks ago now, and during his play with it, he did some air testing on various things. And I was looking at his VDI numbers yesterday or last night, and he put gold ring in at 13, which is probably why I dug that cut quarter. So thanks, Lee, mate. That's quite interesting as well. It's a blob. It looks a bit of a bronze blob, so I think it's quite interesting, but I don't think it's anything. I'll give it a clean. If there's anything there, I'll let you know. But failing that, it's beautiful today. Let's crack on. Next one is another. It's another 12, 13, 14-ish, 15. Couldn't be another one, could it? Let's find out. Is it you? It is you. Yeah, not so lucky this time. Bit of lead. Moving on. Well, we've gone through the crop field. We've done a straight line right across into the next field, which I was going to try today. I think I mentioned on the intro, it's quite trashy on here. But I've literally walked onto a 2021. It was all over the place, actually. So I didn't bother filming it. But it's actually quite interesting. I've already found it, as you probably gathered. But yeah, look. This little thing here. A very, very green blob. With obviously a ringy thing. That looks quite old to me. So yeah, we've walked onto a bit of history, I think. Not quite sure what it is. I'm going to give it a clean. But it looks artifacty, doesn't it? I thought it might be a watch winder at first, but it's definitely not. It's too old and too bobbly for that. So yeah, some sort of ringy thing. I'll clean it up. If there's anything on there, you shall see it. If not, we'll have a look at it back at the Roundup. See you in a bit. Well, we've got an interesting one here. That's what we were getting, 47s to 50s, nothing spectacular. Flip the clod and I can see something. I'll try and zoom you in a bit. See that? Something very green, laying almost circular but huge. So is it cack or is it something of interest? So I thought we'd have a look together, because that's as far as we got. That is very green. Sorry. Is that part of a spur? You know, whatever it's called. Rowel, is it? A spur or whatever it's called. That looks pretty old to me, that. It weren't deep, only a couple of 3 inches down. But that thing there, that blob, looks a bit old. Does it to you? Not a clue. But I think we might have something there, because that is very green. Oh wow, well we'll take that, absolutely. Cool, Excellent. Well, we'll have another look at that one when we get back to the ranch. Any ideas, shove it in the comments. That would be delightful. See you in a bit. Sorry, just thought we'd have another quick look at it. I've just given it a brush, and it's actually got a pattern going that way and that way as well. Yeah, that's very cool. Excellent. Awesome. Nice little artefact, I think. See you in a bit. Right, it's coffee break time. Cheers. Don't skip before you do anything else. Please don't skip to the next part of the finds. Reason being is I'm after a bit of a favour, a small favour, and it is a bit of a plea. But some of you will know, but not many of you, that I'm currently training to undertake a 50k ultra marathon in June 2023 up in the Lake District in the north of the country. Why, you ask? Why indeed, that's what I keep asking myself. Basically, I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. I wanted to do something that really I can achieve and hopefully complete coming up to my 50th birthday, which is next year. Not only that, I wanted to raise some money for a really good cause, and that is the Alzheimer's Society in the UK. Some of you will know that my elderly father-in-law lives with us in Colchester. He's 91 and he suffers from very advanced dementia, and it's a cruel disease. Likewise, my very best friend, his mother is currently in a home with advanced stages of Alzheimer's. And to see two extremely proud people that I've known for a long time stripped of their dignity and themselves is an awful thing to witness and to experience. So I thought I'd make the most of doing this ultra marathon and try and raise some money for those two wonderful people, as amongst loads and loads of other people suffering with these horrible things in the UK today. So if you can spare $1 or $2, £1 or £2, I'm going to put the link to my Just Giving page at the bottom of this description. I'll also do another video nearer the time. I'm going to do some raffles probably. I'm going to just try and raise as much money as I possibly can through my little old channel to try and give something back. It's going to be tough. It's 50k. It's up and down the hills. It's 1,300 meters of elevation. And most of you, or some of you will know, I suffer from asthma. I have a tricky shoulder, a tricky back and tricky feet, which means it's going to be tough for me. It's going to be really tough, especially over those climbs with my lungs. So it's no mean feat. I'm really proud to try and achieve it. And I know I will. And with your support, I'd be really grateful. So anything you can spare, I know it's tough out there at the moment, but I'd be really grateful. So here's to you. Thank you very much. If you can spare a couple of quid, let's get on with the dig. Right, I'm going to try another live reveal or live dig. I've done about 5 or 6 now that you won't see because we keep getting really nice numbers on this field of 40s, 50s and early 60s. And they're turning out to be these kind of annoying aluminium rings that I get, which are basically old cattle feed bags or whatever they came off, I don't know. But there's thousands of them on this permission, and in particular down this corner. So I've kind of got a bit frustrated with it. So we're going to try another live one. This is slightly better because it's a slightly higher tone and it's top end 60s. So 67, 68. And not particularly deep, I don't think. So it could well be another one of these pesky things, but it might not be. So I thought I'd do one more live reveal on this particular field. And if not, I'm going to head back to where I started because, as I mentioned, I think right at the start, it's a very trashy field, this. Yeah, it's dropped down to about 65 now, which starts to worry me. What we got? Oh well. Well, it's not aluminium tag. It's huge lump of iron, huge lump of lead. Right, let's crack on. Next one. The 40s and 41s haven't really helped me today, but we'll give it another go. Let's have a look. More lead. Moving on. Well, I think we've done it again. Very scratchy in the 60s and 70s, but we're back on the new field. And it was a high tone, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to dig that. And I got a funny feeling we're on the silver again, but a milled silver this time. And if you can see that, there we are. Looks very grey, doesn't it? Looks 6p size. So I don't know how modern it is, but we'll soon find out. Are you silvers first and foremost? Yes, you are. Get in. Double silver. Yep, definitely a sixpence. Right, now who are you? Oh, you're a Vicky. Yeah, we don't mind that at all. There she is, beautiful lady. Queen Victoria. And let's see if we can find a date. It's quite an early one. Can you see that? You can 1838, is that? Yep. Oh, that's amazing. Double silver. Fantastic. Half a hammered and a beautiful Vicky. Now, can we make it a treble? We've got about 45 minutes left. Let's give it a whirl. See you in a bit. Straight from a sixpence to a bit of buckle. So yeah, so I'm basically doing the pastury bit alongside the crop field again as I'm heading back to the car, and we've already made 2 nice discoveries. So yeah, it's been a bumper day really, considering I've wasted a lot of time on my live digs on aluminium rubbish. Cool, let's see if we can get a couple more. See you in a bit. 46 pistol shot / musket ball. Mid-size, mid-calibre I would say. Moving on. Well, I'm so sorry we run out of time for live digs, folks, because I've just walked onto another lovely little find. It was a 26, 27, and look, it's a little mount. Got the 2 pins on the back to tack into some leather strap or whatever, and a beautiful little silvered pattern there. Thought it was silver. I thought it was on the triple silver for a second, but I don't think it is. I think it's silvered rather than silver. But yeah, that's very cool. Another little artefact. Well, we've had plenty of those as well today, haven't we? Wow, right, well, we've got about half an hour left now, so hopefully we'll get a couple more. See you in a bit. Right, I'm seriously starting to question whether I should just stop and come back to this spot again, because look at that, it's a 19. And again, it's another little decorative piece with a pin on it. Very, very, very fragile. But it's got a little kind of like quadrifoil type shape with some patterning in there, look. Trying to keep you in the sun. And then a little pin on the back, so some sort of, I think that's possibly a little broochy type thing. Oh my days, that's amazing. I'm going to give that a clean actually, and then come back to you if I can get a bit more pattern off it. If not, we'll look at it at the ranch. But yeah, I've already got a full video. And I don't know whether just to call it a day. So we might see you at the Roundup, we might see you for 1 or 2 more. We'll have to decide. It's tempting, isn't it? All right, we'll stick with it and we'll see you soon. Yeah, look at that little beauty. That's gorgeous. Yeah, shove that in the box as well. Righto, well, if we don't get any more in, thanks as always. Please stick around to the Roundup. But if you don't, if you do nothing else, just consider, if you wouldn't mind, £1 or 2 or $1 or 2 for a great cause for me to do my ultra marathon in June. Yeah, would really appreciate it. But of course, no pressure at all. Thanks as always. See you soon. Right folks, welcome to the morning after the day before. A clear demonstration there really of how 2 fields side by side can be 2 very different experiences for metal detectorists. My kind of normal field where I find loads of stuff, found good stuff there again. The field next to it, literally next to it, completely full of junk with the exception of a couple of things. So yeah, there you go, that's detecting for you, isn't it? So in terms of what we found, I'll try and keep it short and sweet. Plenty of lead, a few buttons, plenty of khaki bits, including a kind of draw, drop, pull thing, blob of bronze and a couple of other bits. A couple of buckle pieces, a bit of broken coin, I think that is, 2 smashed bullets, musket ball, bird ring, which I won't show you because it's got their address on it, but I will register that one. A little ringy thing, which when I picked it out of the ground, I thought that's very, very old. It might just be very, very crusty, I don't know. But if you've got any ideas, don't think it's a watch winder, but it kind of, with that bobble on the end, lends itself to one, doesn't it? This amazing piece, and the jury's out on this one. Some people are saying it's a spur, as I kind of guessed on the field. But most people are saying it's a very, very old spur based on its design and its colouring and everything else. So they're talking, 1,000+ years old. A couple of people, however, have suggested it's got a kind of a Bronze Age feel to it. It's got a Bronze Age markings, this blob and everything else. And some are even saying it's not a spur, it's actually something completely different. So it's one for the flow. I don't know. Have I found Bronze Age? Well, we'll find out, won't we? But yeah, it's very interesting and very, very lovely. I love the colour of it. We found this little pinny thing, quadrifoil type shaped, with a little cross in the middle, presumably some sort of little brooch or badge or something like that. Victorian, I reckon, don't you? Or maybe slightly older, don't know. We have got a medieval find for sure, guaranteed. I found this in the book, in the Finds Identified book. It is actually a little medieval horse mount, tiny little one. So that would have been on a harness somewhere along the line. And it's silvered, possibly pewter, but silvered. Found a little strap end. Again, never mind finding that. Shame it's not a zoomorphic Saxon one. But we'll take it. Happy days. And then two wonderful bits of silver. Silver sixpence from Vicky. 1838. That was when she came to the throne in 1837, and she was coronated, or her coronation was in 1838. So right early on into her reign. I thought she was quite a young face when I picked it out of the hole. So yeah, very cool. Love that. Beautiful sixpence. And then last but by no means least, half a hammered coin. It's another, just about see his face there with his eyes and his hair. It's another Henricus, so it's going to be a Henry, a Richard or a John. Gut feeling, bearing in mind it came not far from where I found the cut quarter of John, is it's going to be another one of those. It's not the same coin, they don't match up sadly. And then we've got obviously the voided short cross in the middle there. So it's, haven't formally identified it yet, but I'll be doing some work on the internet over the next couple of days. So that's it. Amazing hunt. Yet again, the Manticore, well, is it a game changer? We shall find out, but it's certainly doing the business so far. See you soon.